hang out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your beer.
Follow the leader in the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Cooling at a bar, and I'm looking for some action. But like Mick Jagger said, I can't get no satisfaction. The girls are all around, but none of them wanna get with me. My threads are fresh and I'm looking deaf. Yo, what's up, what LOC? The girls was all jocking at the other end of the bar, having drinks with some no-name chump when they know that I'm the star. So I got up and strolled over to the other side of the cantina. I asked the guy, why you so fly? He said, Funky Cole Medina. Funky Cole Medina.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. And, of course, as we get into these trending topics and headlines, know that the culture did not clock out today. It's loud, it's a little messy, and we've got a lot to get into. We are talking a family health scare that has turned serious very fast. We also have a Knowles family interview moment that went left on cue. Like, can't wait to play it for you. And there's a beloved Black-owned fashion brand that is pressing pause. And a red carpet reminder that allyship is not a seasonal outfit. So we're going to get into these headlines the way that we do, facts, context, and culture. But before we do that, happy birthday, Tone Loc. Andy's always on theme. And yesterday, I know we wished, Method Man a happy birthday yesterday. But you know who we left off? Kofi Seabrae, and I'm probably messing up his last name. Somebody will help me. And Reggie Bush, right? Two of LA's own. So big ups to them. They both had birthdays March 2nd. Big bam. And listen, for Reggie, he turned 41. Okay, I thought it was the big 40. 41. Close. Andy said, what did you say, Andy? All right. So listen, before we get into the trending topics and headlines of the night, got a couple of conversation starters for you. So, Zendaya, our girl Zendaya, she should be coming back with Euphoria in the fall. She keeps a low profile if she's not on the red carpet doing her thing, right? No projects, no Zendaya, right? Well, recently her stylist, La Roche, he got near a microphone and he put some smoke on the wedding rumors surrounding Zendaya and Tom Holland, right? He said that the wedding already happened. So if y'all waiting for it, you're late. You missed it, right? But the internet is trying to decode if he's serious or if he was just popping game. Well, Zendaya's mom just entered the chat and added more fuel to the fire. She reposted the clip of La saying this because it was on a red carpet. And she put a laughing emoji, and that's pretty much it. So are Zendaya and Tom married quietly, just with friends and family? She was reportedly spotted out wearing a gold wedding band. So when La was asked again, he doubled down and was like, right, the wedding's over. Sorry. And the mom commented, the laugh. So I don't know. Maybe Tom and Zendaya have quietly got married and left the people to wonder what was going on, right? Listen, in this era of celebrity privacy being dead, right? creating some mystique, keeping things close, I think is something to be admired in this current environment. And I feel like Law wouldn't have said that without sort of being clear as to what he could or couldn't do. And another little item that has been bubbling around, there was some photo, shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers. Are they still on their 2-game winning streak? I think so. So listen, at the game over the weekend, there was footage floating around of Zuri. I believe they were playing Golden State on Saturday. And she hit a shot from, how do you say? Over her head. She had her back turned to the basket. She was a little bit, I think, at the top of the key, right? Not at the free throw line. And she hit it dead eye on net, baby, right? And, you know, she's obviously got some handles because her dad is LeBron James. Her brothers are Bronny and Bryce James, right? So everybody was wondering, are we looking at the budding movements of the next WNBA star, right? But LeBron made it clear that there will be no basketball in Zuri's future. He said, she's a volleyball player. Don't get my wife mad. My wife is done with basketball. She's done with it. And I believe it. Savannah posted, absolutely. Zuri's a good volleyball player. Professional volleyball is starting to get some traction for women. It is making gains. You can certainly, I know she doesn't need a scholarship, but you can certainly go on a scholarship to college for it. And there are professional ranks that you can tap into, right? She's already showing promise. LeBron said that she obviously has good handles, good form for hooping, but his wife ain't playing that. That's it. Andy?
Wifey ain't playing basketball, but she's down with Zuri playing volleyball, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm going to say it right now. I really don't know what her skill level is, but, you know, Zuri actually is great at this game. This could be like the Caitlin Clark of volleyball.
Could be. I mean, who else? I think Mariah Woodson played volleyball in college. Callie Rivers played. So Callie Rivers is Doc Rivers' daughter. Mariah Woodson is Mike Woodson, the former coach of the New York Knicks' daughter. Sorry, let me give some backstory. Shout out to Women's History Month. You know, so it's not unheard of, right? We'll have to see. When we come forward, we're going to get into these trending topics and headlines. I got a contributor with me tonight. And you know he's always bringing the fire. All that more, you're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
You ride with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The midterm elections are upon us. It is voting season once again. Common Cause's motto is fighting for the democracy we deserve. In service of that goal, Common Cause puts its state and national policy expertise, massive network of grassroots supporters, and nonpartisan approach into action to strengthen our democracy against the challenges we face today. They work at every level of government on priorities that impact each of our lives, like defending the right to vote, limiting big money's influence on our elections, holding public officials accountable, and more. Common Cause is a nonpartisan grassroots organization dedicated to upholding the core values of American democracy. They seek to empower all people to make their voices heard in the political process. This election may be the most important one ever. If you'd like to make a donation or volunteer in service to the Constitution, please visit commoncause.org. That's commoncause.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I don't think y'all ready for this one. Queen Bee knockout collabo. And if you don't know, now you know.
Working all day, and now it's on. Pull up and don't play, and the line is long. Girls in the club, doing the ice, grilling his thugs. I wanna thumb. Is it 'cause I'm a shine? Major ice. I'm talking about blind ya, Vegas lights. Never on the scene without my team. Cali, sticky green. It's on and poppin'. The DJ.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Listen, I know we've been talking a lot of Ray J lately, but Ray J makes good content. I shouldn't say it like that. No, Ray J, I appreciate Ray J so much because Ray J has been a part of a lot of moments in R&B and hip hop history.
Shout out to Vince Staples.
Vince Staples said it too. I agree. I think Ray J has made some key moves that have set him up in a way that were very smart and strategic given where he started from and some of the perceptions around him. And I am another person who has talked about, even before he revealed this, that Ray J uses chaos as strategy, right? So when the details first started coming out about him being ill, it's not that I didn't believe that there was something going on. Of course I did, and have empathy. But I also wondered, was there any enhancement for the chaos for other things, right? And again, not in a bad way, in a Ray J way, which makes sense if you understand Ray J, right? And I am probably not alone in thinking some of those thoughts, right? Well, Miss Sonia, wait. Before I do all of that, let me back it up. If at any point you want to get in on this conversation, 800-920-1580. Get at us on social media. You can talk about it there. KBLA 1580. I'm at Stiletto Jill everywhere. And, of course, you can get the visual to go along with this audio experience with the VIPs in the YouTube chat. Shout out to them. They are already there with lots of commentary. And in addition to that, I'm not breaking down these topics alone tonight. I am joined by Nightcast Media's own Nick Hamilton in the building. Welcome in, Nick Hamilton. How are you?
Oh, me. Hey, Jill. How are you? Nice to see you again.
My bad, Nick. You know, I was on a roll.
You was on a roll, call you butter. But, no, I want to say this before we go any further. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to give Jill her props. This is one of the hardest working people in the business. When she's not on the carpet, she's not doing these one-on-one exclusives, talking to Black Sam at the Nipsey Hussle event and sitting down with celebs. She's out here giving y'all this good programming on these radio stations every day, Monday through Thursday.
Yes.
So props to you. I just want to give you your flowers and keep up the great work and really appreciate all that you do and what you contribute to our culture. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate it. And
no doubt.
So I got to ask you this.
Yes.
That was dope, by the way, Brother Nick. You
It
already
was.
know.
Thank
Much
you. I
love
really
to you, Jill, as
appreciate
well,
that.
too. It's a lot of, conversations amongst, journalism and content creation and all that, and considering who you are, what you represent, the work that you do, Brother Nick.
Thank you.
I'm salute to you, too. I know you do a lot of work as well, too.
Church.
Journalism versus content creation. Where do you guys stand?
Do you want to go first, Nick, or
You're the
should
lady
I?
of the house. Our lady of the house always goes.
So for me, really quickly, I think that they can coexist, but I think there has to be respect on both parts. Journalists, traditional journalists, have to recognize that the cycle has changed, the business has changed, the industry has changed. You're going to need a little pizzazz, a little sizzle, a little fire and ice to add with your journalistic skills, right? To market yourself, to set yourself out there. It's a different type of medium. Shout out to, I'm sorry, we'll get back to that. I'm going to get back to somebody in the chat. Big ups to them, though. We're going to talk about it. But
Jill
it's a
got
different
fans.
it's a different type of medium now. It is literally multimedia. So if you can write, if you can be in front of the camera, if you can produce, if you can put together content, I think that that is important to market yourself and position yourself in this current environment. Having said that, for content creators, don't get out there and think that you can just free will it and just be personality and not give any substance behind it. Understand your subject that you're going to meet with, learn some history about them, try to think of a different angle or something, put some time into it. Those are kind of my thoughts. I think that they can coexist. I feel like I'm a great example of that. I can write. I can handle the traditional side. I'm going to know my subject. I'm going to know some history. But I know that you got to give a little something to the people. And I'm not mad at that as well.
I think they can coexist to some degree. I think when you're a content creator or an influencer, you got to be prepared. And I think you have to do your research. And I think a lot of times they just try to get these gotcha moments. Sometimes they even annoy the guest, because we've seen guests walk off of red carpets or interviews because they were doing so much with two left shoes on and didn't know it.
Yeah, facts.
And I think also, too, they trying to get these, IG, TikTok moments instead of going after. There's nothing wrong having fun. Don't get me wrong. I think you can have fun. I think, like you said, you can have some sort of pizzazz or showcase your personality. But I also think, too, you have to be equipped. And I think some of these content creators or influencers, not all, but some, come up shorter than Emmanuel Lewis at a urinal. And so they can't. Nick
is quick with a phrase, boy.
You can't come into the situation just thinking that your personality is just going to carry you through. And I agree with, on the media side, on the journalism side, or reporter side, you have to showcase personality. People want to be entertained. You can educate slightly, but you have to entertain.
Edutainment. Isn't that what they call it?
I just call it entertainment. Mama called him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. You gotta have entertainment. You gotta be entertaining. You got to have, and that's why I would consider what we do as media personalities, because that's exactly what we do. We create content, and we may influence the culture from time to time, especially when you go viral, because Jill goes viral quite a bit, y'all. Don't let her fool you. But
not quite a bit, but shout out to TikTok. I got 1 million views.
There you see. There you go.
Right
there, go ahead, pop your collar, champ. There you go. But I mean, I think they can coexist. But I think everybody has to understand we are in 2026, not 1996.
Facts.
And I think you have to move with the times. And yes, they are trying to ease journalists and reporters out the mix. They are trying to move more content creators, and even more so, they're trying to move in more influencers, because here's the key. If I don't have to spend $3 million on advertising for my program or my product or whatever with a marketing or advertising agency, and I take these 3 million or 2 million fans that are following this particular individual, then I'm going to get this individual in my product so I can be an advocate for my product to 3 million people for little of nothing.
I got one better for you. What they're starting to do now, There are jobs that are popping up at different companies called creative story editor or things of that nature, which is basically a storytelling job. So they are charged with creating narrative stories internally and therefore not just relying on the influencers' reach. They are starting to create brand stories within. I talked about a couple of weeks ago on All Up in the Business Wednesdays about the different football teams, NFL teams, NBA teams that are investing in entertainment companies and producing films and producing content series on social. They are taking the role of the influencer inside and turning it upside down. They're creating completely different Instagram accounts and social media accounts for these different things. So I feel like you need to get a grip on both. As you said.
Yeah, I think it's a balance, and I think also, too, you got to connect to the ecosystem. If you're a reporter or a journalist, you got to learn how to connect to the ecosystem to stay relevant and to stay alive and to stay afloat. Because if you don't, the athletes, the entertainers, they don't need us.
They don't. They have their own distribution model now.
Direct to consumer.
They what are you bringing to the? Why do I need to talk to you?
Right.
I can talk on my own.
In the name of the late great Nipsey Hussle, F the middleman. You know what I mean? That's their attitude when it comes to certain. Now, if you have a rapport with that particular athlete or entertainer, cool, you in the game. But if they don't trust you or want to be bothered with you. You at a disadvantage. And what's happening, especially as some of these leagues are starting to grow, like you mentioned the NFL, we all know the NBA, college football even.
Facts.
But even as the W, if we don't go on strike, if the W continues and they got this big $2.5 billion TV deal that keeps being brought up on the table, if they can get this CBA done, that's going to change. In a year's time, that's going to change the game when it comes to the media side. Because they're already putting influencers and everything else in place. That's been happening for the last 5 to 7 years. Now, when they get that big-time TV deal, you don't think they're going to start putting people in categories and start scooting you away?
I mean, we just talked about,
even
in that same show, Drewski is now on The Voice.
Which is ridiculous.
Giving commentary. But that is exactly the thing.
Because he's handpicked.
So shout out to that conversation. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Ready Same. Is it Samedi? I might be pronouncing that wrong. Phonetically put it back. I like you. Phonetically put it in the chat because I might be mispronouncing it. But thank you for shouting me out. They have been rocking with me since my blog website, Jocks and Stiletto Jill.
Oh, yeah.
I started that in 2009. Okay?
Jill got fans out here in these streets.
I appreciate you. They're VIPs.
That's
not
beautiful.
Fans. We don't use that word. VIPs. Okay.
Supporters.
Supporters.
VIPs. Right.
My VIPs. I appreciate them.
them.
So Sonia Norwood, let's get into that really quickly, basically said that it is serious with Ray J. It is not a game. And that initially, when she rushed to be with him, they were told not to worry, that he had pneumonia and that it was nothing serious. But then things turned around. They found out later that he wasn't being released. They flew to Vegas to see what was happening. And according to her, he was experiencing severe chest pain, couldn't move. Doctors ruled out pneumonia. They performed an angiogram, and it revealed that he has a serious heart condition called cardiomyopathy. And the test showed that he was not lying. His blood flow was only between 15 to 20%. And every other word she said that was explained to them told them that it was life-threatening. And in recent weeks, we've seen Ray J out and, blood from his eyes, low health, different interactions. And so, one, this would be devastating for, he's a father. He has children. We know we've grown up watching, or rather watched him grow up with his sister, Ready Sam E.D. Shout out to Ready Sam E.D. Big ups in the chat. So I hope that Ray J is taking these things seriously and not hanging on his chaos usually agenda, because he kind of can't help it. I just want him to really be focused, because we have lost or seen so many struggles for black men at an early age in their 40s and 50s, especially as it pertains to hip hop and R&B, and we don't want to see any more of that.
I mean, Ray J's had hits. Right. And people can say what they want, but that man was brilliant when it came to television. Like when it came to reality television, he knew how to corner the market, and he knew how to create a lane for himself to be like, okay, and it's dude, other shows he's executive produced or what have you to keep the line going. I think because Ray J has been such a big thing for attention, I think even for myself, and when I first heard this, I'm like, okay, is this a publicity stunt or is this dude really sick, right? And I had to go to one of my homies that knows him very personally, and I was like, yo, bro, is this really real or we just going through these motions again to get because he got something else coming out? And he was like, no, man, he's really going through it. And I said, oh, wow, okay. So now my mentality kind of changed on him because I was like, okay, this dude is really sick. But then when you look at him, if you're that sick, then why are you out damn near every weekend? And I think that's why a lot of people kind of question his motives. Not to say, because I'm not a doctor, never been to med school a day in my life. So I'm not going to question if this man is truly, going through health challenges or not. I don't know. If he is, since he is, and I know his mom, like you mentioned his mom saying something, prayers and healing go out to that man. However, it's because you have such a reputation, I think it's hard for people to conceive the fact that you really are sick because we've seen you go through these little idiosyncrasies before. And then we also unfortunately saw the thing that happened between him and his ex-wife where the kids were involved.
Right.
So I think and he does a lot of stuff for attention.
I think that is why his mom is taking the case and letting you know this is serious. It's not just
I mean,
one of
prayers
those
out
things.
to that brother, man. I don't wish that brother any harm. I hope he gets well. I hope they find some type. If there's a cure, I hope they find it for him and he gets back to his normal self.
When we come forward, we'll have more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, yo, if y'all know the words, say it with me. Working all day, and now it's on. Pull up and don't play, and the line is long. Girls in the club, you wanna ice, grilling the thugs. I wanna thumb. Is it 'cause I'm a shine? Major ice. I'm talking about blind you.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Midterm primaries are underway with Texas in the spotlight. Incumbent Senator John Cornyn could face Attorney General Ken Paxton in a GOP runoff.
Republican primary voters are going to need to decide, do we want to win? Do we want to keep Texas red?
On the Democratic side, Black Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and Texas State Representative James Tallarico are in a tight race. Women's pro tennis is returning to Memphis this summer. Tennis Memphis and the city are launching the Memphis Classic, a Women's Tennis Association 250-level tournament at Lethbridge Tennis Center from July 25th to August 2nd. Black Mayor Paul Young says the event could bring in more than $1 million in economic impact. And 4 adult siblings have filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles federal court against the estate of Michael Jackson, alleging sex trafficking and abuse when they were children. The siblings claim some incidents occurred in the homes of Elizabeth Taylor and Elton John. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
West LA on the 405 southbound, delays from Santa Monica Boulevard in stretches all the way to Palo Verde and Long Beach, and the northbound side of the 405 in Irvine. That slows down away from just about Sand Canyon, heavy and slow as you continue in stretches all the way to the 5 merge into Sylmar. Now we're also looking at the drive in Lebec. Big Rig fire sparked a brush fire 5 northbound. This is just between the number 4 turn through and Grapevine Road. 2 right lanes are off limits. That drive is jammed getting away from Gorman School Road.
Now is the time to save on an award-winning Nissan at the Nissan Now sales event, featuring the Rogue, Pathfinder, Frontier, and more. Don't wait. These offers are going fast. Shop your Southern California Nissan dealers and NissanUSA.com today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Middle East conflict between the United States and Iran has generated major concerns in the women's basketball community here in the U.S. 3 former players from the University of South Carolina, including Destiny Littleton, who played 1 season at USC here in L.A., are trapped in Jerusalem, where they are playing in a professional league. Since the conflict started on Saturday, air travel in and out of Jerusalem and throughout Israel has been shut down. Because Israel joined the U.S. in the battle against Iran, Iran has been firing missiles into Israel. Littleton posted a message on social media on Monday saying she could hear bombs falling in the distance. She and the 2 other U.S. players are staying at a teammate's house and staying indoors. The players and other U.S. citizens are stuck in Israel until commercial air travel resumes, and that could be a while. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
When the leader.
Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
But I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The BLM Center for Black Power is a hub for Black activism in the city of Los Angeles, a standalone nonprofit affiliated with Black Lives Matter LA. The venue is home to live events, meetings, and organizing drives for Black-led community-based organizations. It is also the base of operations for Black Lives Matter LA. Built on what used to be a nuisance property owned by an arms dealer, the BLM Center for Black Power is in the heart of Leimert Park and has opened its doors to everything from youth organizers to toy drives to film screenings and community town hall meetings. To make a donation or make a request, please visit blmla.org. That's blmla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm just your average hood cat with dreams of getting rich. My crib big like a football field. You might mess around and think I signed a football deal.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Happy birthday, little Flip. Andy said he was getting it bucked when this used to drop.
It was crazy. Them pajama parties, them t-shirt and panty parties. Oh, man. Let me tell you something.
Was you line dancing and snapping too?
I wasn't a part of no fraternity or anything like that.
No. Just this was the era, I feel like, of,
This was crunk.
Y'all took it to a different level. Because remember,
we was crunk. No, this is crunk.
Because remember, we had the house with the pajama jam from the house party days?
Yeah.
That's where it started, and then they just took it to a whole different level.
Okay.
It was ridiculous.
Okay.
Ooh, buddy.
The volleyball team. Oh, I'm gonna leave it.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
We gotta talk about that off air, my brother.
All right, listen. Speaking of conversations that maybe should have happened off air prior to, let's talk Mathew Knowles, right? Now, we know Mathew Knowles does not hold his tongue. I guess it's the night of celebrity appearance, right? Sonia Norwood was a mom manager. We know Mathew Knowles famously was the manager for Destiny's Child and Beyonce till Beyonce was like, step aside, sir. I got this. He was in an interview with, I think it was PIX 11 News, right? And while speaking with the anchor, his name was Kendis Gibson, the gentleman asked about the contributions of both Tina and Mathew to the group Destiny's Child. And Mathew's response, and then what he did after his response, has people wondering, was that shade? And if so, why? Let's listen to what Mathew had to say.
You've earned your flowers. I've said the same thing to Tina Knowles. You guys put in the work, and obviously the talent was there with your kids and your grandkids.
What work did she put in?
In the hair.
Okay,
clothing,
yeah, you're absolutely right. And the styling.
The styling.
The imaging, you're right.
She claimed to have preyed on the name, and different aspects of that.
Sure. Sure.
So, yeah. It's a joint effort.
We'll stop now.
There you go. Sorry, did I say something wrong?
No. We're good.
All right.
You're good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So that was it. He shut it down. According to Page 6, Mathew said that the interviewer asked too many Tina-focused questions when he was trying to promote a Destiny's Child tribute show, right? Listen, first of all, there was a lot of shade in that. What did she do? Mathew, you know what she did. She was cooking dinner. She was right there. She was your wife. She dressed those girls. She styled their hair. I mean, come on. Why are we being that way?
Shade with a chance of hate. Let's talk about all Walter hating over here. First of all, what did she do? She gave birth to your daughter, who's an international superstar. Number one, she carried that child for 9 months, and like you said, Jill, she worked with those girls, fashion, styling. Who knows whatever else she helped out with, maybe driving them to the studio and things of that nature. My man's sodium levels is real high when it comes to Tina Knowles. I don't know what happened. Maybe he still got a love thing for her. I don't know what it is. But that was so lowballish what he did. And to talk about that woman as if she was just a bystander, like she did absolutely nothing or little to nothing, is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot talk about Destiny's Child without talking about Miss Tina Knowles. You cannot do that. It's just it's like water without the wet. You know what I mean? You can't do that. That woman was instrumental, as was Mathew, because Mathew was pushing that line hard.
100%.
And Mathew had to knock doors down to get those girls even just to be seen at times. And even getting them their first record deal, it was not easy. So Mathew also put in the work, so I don't want to shade him and act like he didn't do anything, but you got to give credit where it's due. Even if y'all don't get along, even if y'all don't see eye to eye, you got to give credit where it's due, and the proof is in the pudding. I mean, we know what this woman contributed, and we see even with Blue Ivy and and the other kids, like how she's there not just as grandma, but she's there to kind of like help guide them and show them things.
Polish.
So, yeah, exactly.
All of those things.
So it's still in her.
I was like, wow,
damn.
Mathew, that felt rather chilly and unnecessary. I don't know. You know, bitterness.
Hey man, my man still butthurt from the early 2000s. I don't know what happened. Maybe she didn't went on with her life and seemed like that man still stuck in what he was, what he thinks is happening. So I don't know, man. It's tragic. It's a shame. Y'all got to give credit where it's due, man.
Such a small thing. Okay, so listen, let's switch gears and talk about really quickly a moment from the Image Awards purple carpet. Was it blue, purple this year?
Gray, blue.
All of that.
It looked like a blue-gray pit.
All right. So actress Sophia Bush, I believe she started off on Friday Night Lights, if I'm not quoting that, and then she was Chicago PD for a little while, right? White actress, and she was on the red carpet with her friend, right? And she took a moment to say something that a lot of white people probably don't want to hear, probably wouldn't say out loud, and, you know, made a point. She said silence is not neutral, and allyship is not just a cute caption. Andy, do we have time to play this? Okay, so we're going to listen to the clip, and then when we come forward, we'll talk about it.
It is always political. As the white friend at this event, I'm going to go ahead and say to the women who look like me, to the men who look like me, it's incredibly important to remember that so much of what we love in America comes from Black culture, and white people need to show up for Black people the way they show up to be entertained by Black culture. So given who's in office and given what we're seeing happening to Black and brown communities in our country, we better get our together.
So when we come, that clip is from Refinery 29, by the way. When we come forward, we'll talk about Sophia's moment on the carpet.
You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass and affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. 10 Toes In serves as a mentorship and domestic violence prevention program. They support, educate, and empower couples during and after incarceration. They assist male returning citizens to re-enter society successfully and to help them maintain a healthy relationship with their romantic partner. They offer a mentorship support group for formerly incarcerated men. 10 Toes In teaches its Intimate Relationships 101 curriculum at male prisons throughout the state of California. They host sister support group meetings for women who are intimately involved with incarcerated and formerly incarcerated men. 10 Toes In is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. To access their services or make a donation, please visit them online at 10toesin.org or find them on Facebook or Instagram. They are healing lives through relationships. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. We were talking Sophia Bush's moment on the carpet at the NAACP Image Awards.
Why is that?
Why did I say say out the A's instead of saying double A? So, there's been a switch, so to speak, as far it's not official. If you ask, they will say that was always the preference to say NAACP instead of AA. I don't know if it's faster, but if you pay attention, if you looked at the broadcast, if you listen to anything that is an official sort of source, even when a few months back we had two of the representatives from the civic conference that they had here in studio, they do not say NAACP officially. They say NAACP.
AAMCO.
Well, that's Nick. All right, so listen. It should be noted that with Sophia, when she made those remarks, right, standing next to her is important too, right? It's a black woman, but you should know who this black woman is. Her name is Nia Batts. She is the managing director and chief operating officer of Union Heritage. And that is an investment advisory company with 3 lines of businesses: public equity, venture capital, and philanthropic investment. Those are traditionally 3 areas where you don't see a lot of black women in leading roles, managing funds, so to speak. So that is important. Sophia, the she that I'm switching to, is not just giving lip service to the topic. She is also obviously involved, and I appreciate that as well. I also think it is important, and I'm sorry, this is the last thing I'm going to say, Nick, that we let those type of people, when I say those type of people, I mean people that are not us from the community, speak in those instances at times, because maybe they'll hear it if it's coming from someone that looks like them. Nick, go ahead.
The sad part about it is the right people, the wrong people who needed to hear the right message don't hear it. It's great and the main people that heard that message were the people that already knew what we experienced and what she was saying to be true. And I'm not taking anything away from her or devaluing what she's saying, because what she's saying is absolutely correct. Unfortunately, she said it in an area where most people won't really pay attention, that need to pay attention. I wish she would have said that at the Actors Awards. Hell, I wish she would have said it at the damn BAFTA Awards after what took place. I wish she would say it at the upcoming Oscar Awards, because that's a bigger platform. And I mean by that is it's a wider audience. When people talk about the Oscars, that's international. People circle on their calendar when the Oscars are going down. And if she gets a chance to speak on the carpet like that, I hope she says the same exact message during the Oscars, because if she's able to do that, that message would magnify even more so. And then you get a chance to see how people truly react to that message of truth, because the truth hurts, but it also heals. And she's absolutely correct. Not taking anything away from what she's saying. However, her voice needs to be amplified. And I think if she's on a bigger stage than the NAACP Image Awards, or NAACP, then I think we'll see how much effectiveness is going to carry long term.
Well, we shall see. Listen, really quickly, we know that Michael Jordan won Entertainer of the Year as well as Best Actor in a Film for the Image Awards on Saturday. Sunday, he won the Actors Award at the formerly known as Screen Actors Guild Awards. Do you think that this opens up the path for Mike to win the Oscar on the 15th?
It gives him a much greater chance, and I hope he does, because to me, I think he deserves it.
Do you think it gives him a greater chance even though the voting has already taken place?
Well, let's put it this way. Who's to say they didn't vote his way? We don't know.
Fair.
But I think in the court of public opinion, he should definitely win it. There's going to be a lot more pissed off people if he doesn't win that award. And again, I said it was a 2-man race from the jump when we talked about it before. I think it's between him and Timothée Chalamet. Yeah. And I think, to me, Michael B. Jordan, because he played a dual role, much better.
I actually think that one of the, Who is nominated from one battle after another in the lead actor category?
I'm
blanking right now. I actually think that
Leo.
could slip in. It is Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't
Leonardo
remember
DiCaprio.
if Leo was actually, or if it was Sean. I actually think Leo could sneak in there and get it just because it's the perfect storm. It's the type of film the Academy typically loves. It's the kind of role, like old school, that they loved. And, he's a star.
I think Leo's out of it only because it's about visibility. And the two films that have been most visible have been Sinners and Marty Supreme.
Facts.
And I say a distant, probably Hamnet.
Yeah.
So I think the visibility has helped, and they've been on an incredible campaign. But we've seen Leo miss shows.
Yeah.
Because he's working on a new movie now. Leo be kicking him in, kicking him out. The rest of the Sinners cast and Marty Supreme, you had LeBron show up at a Marty Supreme event recently.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen, I think it's between those two. I don't know if Leo's gonna get it. If he does get it, I'm gonna be mad disappointed. And I love Leonardo DiCaprio, but this is a 2-man race.
Well, we'll see what happens. Listen, last story of the night before we get out of here. This one hit kind of hard as we've talked about loss, the impact of DUI, all of these various things that we have gone over the course of the past year with our new administration. Well, it's not new anymore. Hanifa, one of the most visible Black-owned fashion success stories of the last decade, is pressing pause after the founder, Anifa, and I do not want to mispronounce her last name, I apologize. She's being honest about burnout, backlash, and what it costs to keep proving you're enough, you're resilient in public, right? After nearly 15 years in the business, right? Some of you might remember when they went really, really viral for her original formatting for her fashion show and her use of AI with some of the things and her techniques. Really incredible, cutting edge things that some people then tried to sweep up and copy, as we see all of the time. She recently announced that she is indefinitely pausing production. In a statement to The Cut, she said that it was a difficult decision. She didn't want to rush just to prove resilience. She didn't want to pretend that everything is fine just to keep momentum. She said the years that she's poured into her business, the time away from friends and family, the moments away from her children, she won't get it back. And she says, was it all worth it? Was it? She doesn't have the perfect answer. And there's been a lot of scrutiny behind the luxury label because of their delayed Black Friday orders. Some customers received their packages on time. Others reportedly waited months due to manufacturing delays tied to pre-orders and things of that nature. So the brand ultimately fulfilled the outstanding orders and offered refunds to those who never wanted the items, but the experience left a lot of shoppers frustrated, which of course spilled onto social media. And she said that she's reflecting and wants to protect what matters to her in this season. And she's allowing herself to be human in process. And she's not sure what the future holds for the brand or for herself at this moment. But for the first time in 14 years, she says she's saying that out loud and taking a break. It's hard being a Black business owner. Right?
I can't disagree with her at all. And this is why we call for more opportunities for grants, loans, even, venture capitalists to invest into these businesses, especially Black businesses and businesses of color, because the average turnaround time, for a Black business to go belly up is is 2 years or under. So congratulations to her for going 14 years. That's an accomplishment in itself. And maybe she can rebrand. Maybe she takes a break, re-strategizes, find out where she misstepped, and then conquer that, come back anew. Because if you know how to reinvent yourself, you could come back even stronger. And I hope she does. I hope she gets the right capital, the amount of capital, but the right investors that really believe in her product, and don't be afraid to sell a portion of your product to get over. I think that's another thing. As long as you got 51%, you still got controlling interest. You can sell off that 49% if it's going to get you over the hump and get you where you need to be.
100% ownership of nothing gets you nothing.
Zilch!
People,
broke!
Seem to sleep that founder-led brands are fragile.
Don't be like Dame Dash. You saw he's broke. Don't listen to him.
All right, listen, Nick Hamilton, tell everybody where they can find you.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/@NightcastMediaTV. You can find Nightcast Media on TikTok, Instagram, and X. You can also find me on X @NickHamilton213 and on Instagram @TheNHExperience.
We appreciate you as always for dropping in, Nick, giving your particular perspective. Nick is not afraid to show those shots. He's always loaded. Cow.
I'm just here.
All right, that's the temperature tonight. Protect your peace. Read the room. Don't confuse optics with substance. And I'll be back tomorrow with more facts, context, and culture. Coming up next is Zoe Williams, Voice of Reason. I'm out.
From the yard, I'm trying to get that dollar on some job. Imagine Biggie with his son. Imagine Pop getting called Pop by one. Imagine a mother struggling, dealing with a system that don't give a about who shot her son. Imagine life where you can't win. When you get out the ghetto and go right to the pen. When you get out the pen, you go right to the gym. So if you get back to the streets, you go right back in. Imagine Russell still struggling. No Def Jam, just another hustling. And ain't no rocks on them fellas, just rocks on them fellas, just trying to keep it bubbling. Imagine just stuck from the east to the west coast, everybody up. I can't imagine no less, but it don't take imagination to know been blessed with hip hop.